Hi there. In this video we'll look at the Payables module in Sage 50. We'll create some suppliers, modify a supplier, and add a shipper. So I'll choose the Payables module, and my favorite way to create a supplier is to twirl suppliers here and add supplier. Brings you to the Payables ledger window. Inversely, you can click on the icon. This brings you to a list of all of our suppliers. It looks a lot like the chart of accounts or the inventory items. And to create a new supplier, you can click on the little book or use Control N, and it brings you to the same screen. So I'm going to add Geeks Are Us. These are the folks that help us out with our computers. Jason Bromley is a guy we talked to there. I'm copying and pasting this stuff from my notes. You can go ahead and do the same to save yourself a bit of typing if you like. And notice when I enter the postal code and hit tab on my keyboard, everything becomes capitalized and a space gets added. There's an input filter for postal codes. Saves you from hitting shift. Same thing with the phone number. When I hit tab, I get brackets, spaces, and dashes there. And we've got a tax ID number there. And again, when I add a date, I always use a 3-letter abbreviation with the actual date. The fiscal year is assumed. You can double check to make sure that the date is correct by clicking on your little calendar, which I do advocate. Oh, actually I'm going to do a little bit more options. Expense account. So again, these are the folks that maintain our computers. So we're just going to use the repair and maintenance expense account. That's fine. They give us a 2% discount if we pay within 10 days. The net amount is due within 30 days. It's on the pre-tax amount, the discounts on the pre-tax amount, and when we fill out an invoice for Geeks R Us, when we choose them on an invoice screen, the pay later payment method will be popped up. So for example, if we add our landlord and we always pay them by check, we could say pay by check, and then we wouldn't have to worry about switching this when we come to the invoice. I'll print the context on the checks. And taxes, we pay both GST and PST, provincial and federal taxes, to those folks, and I'm going to add a memo. Now this memo will get added to the daily business manager for this date that I choose, and we'll take a look at the daily business manager together. So that's adding a supplier. I'm going to quickly modify one as well. So we're going to modify Burnaby Office Supply. So you can simply click once and then click on the pencil, or you can double click, or on the home screen for Payables, you can just click once. And now we're editing Burnaby Office Supply. So they've moved, and they're still in BC. Their postal code has also changed. And we're also adding an expense account for them. Again, we're the end consumer of the product or service that they provide. If we're buying and reselling items we get from the supplier, this account would be coming from the inventory item links that we saw earlier. And one more thing, I'm going to quickly add shippers. So if I go Setup, Settings, Company, I'll just click on my little plus sign to open up my tree and choose shippers. I'm just going to add one in my notes. We have a few. Go ahead and add everything from the notes for practice. And the system recognizes FedEx and pops in their tracking site link. So I'll choose OK. So that's the payables module, editing suppliers, and adding shippers. Thanks so much for watching.